The worst mistake in politics I have learned is to underestimate your fellow politician. William Ruto underestimated Rigathi Gachagua, and he thought that after impeaching him, that would be the dead end of Rigathi Gachagua politically. He underestimated the ability of Rigathi Gachagua to resuscitate and take on him and neutralize him and even to finish him instead completely. Now, it turns out that William Ruto's nemesis is Rigathi Gachagua. The whole brigade, the whole Kenya Kwanza, of course, in the government, do not have sleep because of Rigathi Gachagua. Now, it also turns out that they are torn in between arresting Rigathi Gachagua or tolerating him. Because when you look at the way Rigathi Gachagua is playing his politics, he is attempting Ruto to arrest him because he knows that the consequences will be very serious. Now, I want you to understand that when Rigathi Gachagua was impeached, there was an explanation that he had infiltrated Gen Z's protest and that he had plotted a coup. And if you listen to the broad-based adherents, they tell you that Rigathi Gachagua wanted President William Ruto to be kicked out by Gen Zs. Then he invokes the constitution and he would be asking, what happens when a president is out of power? Then automatically the deputy will take over. That is the explanation that they give. But I've been asking, that is tantamount to a coup. I don't know, that is chargeable in court. There are Rigathi Gachagua allies who had been investigated, and we were given, some information that people like Gachagua were to be arraigned in court. To date, none of them has been arraigned in court. So there is this speech that Rigathi Gachagua gave where he warned William Ruto against attacking Uhuru Kenyatta through proxies. And he told William Ruto that if you are man enough, face Uhuru Kenyatta head on. And Rigathi Gachagua told William Ruto that when you went to Mount Kenya, I talked to my people and they respected you because I know the value of that office. But he said that in light of the fact that Ruto proxies are now attacking Uhuru Kenyatta, he has instructed Mount Kenya to ensure that the next time William Ruto sets foot in that region, then women will heckle him and the youth will chase him away. Now, that speech did not go down well with the deep state. It didn't go down well with the very choir, the president worship team, and even the NIS did not like that speech. And they are torn in what to do, because there is no way you can give an ultimatum to a president telling him, limiting him in where to go. But Rigathi has done it. The next time you come, he has not told him not to go, but he's told him the next time we see you in Mount Kenya, I will charge my people against you. And you can imagine women heckling and youths chasing you. What does it take to chase a president with the whole security? That means you are inviting chaos. Kindly listen to Rigathi Gachagua. Before this, allow me to request you to subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell. Please, kindly like our videos and share them. Thank you very much. Kindly listen to Rigathi Gachagua.
Kabla niite viongozi, ningetaka kusema one thing. Nimeona wewe William Ruto jana umetuma vibaraka yako akina Faruk na hii kijana ya Kikuyu anasemekana ni bibi ya Ruto. Si mnamjua? Mimi niseme leo nikiwa hapa Mlimani, wewe umetuma hao vijana kwenda kutukana kiongozi wetu, rais wa 4 wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, Mheshimiwa Uhuru Kenyatta. Tunataka kukuambia Ruto, wewe kama ni mwanaume, hapana tuma vibaraka kutukana Uhuru Kenyatta, tukana yeye wewe mwenyewe kama wewe ni mwanaume. Mimi niseme rais, ulikuwa hapa juzi. Mimi ni kwa sababu ni muungwana na niheshimu ofisi yako, nikatoa mwelekeo kwa mlima, nikasema usitukanwe na mtu yeyote, nikasema usipigiwe kelele, ukuje uongee na watu ya mlima, lakini walipe, kwa sababu unakuja kuongea uongo, si ndio? Si nilisema mchukue pesa? Mimi nikasema msikize uongo, lakini wacha nikuambie William Ruto, ukiendelea kutumia vijana kutukana Uhuru Kenyatta, next time utakuja mlima, mimi nitatoa amri, hawa wananchi watakutukana wewe mwenyewe. Lazima sasa kuanzia leo nikinge na kumlinda ndugu yangu Uhuru Kenyatta. Mimi nataka nikuambie William Ruto, I want to tell you from the mountain. Yeah? Nataka nikuambie, I want to tell you William Ruto, hakuna vibaraka yako tena watatukana Rais Uhuru Kenyatta.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know you have listened to the clip, you've watched it before, but have you thought for a while what exactly Rigathi Gachagua meant? And at some point you realized that that hall, it was in Wamunyoro, let me call it a hall, everyone stood up when he said, I am telling you this in the soil of Mount Kenya. And he gave William Ruto an ultimatum. Have you ever thought of the implications? Because what Rigathi Gachagua is simply saying is that you cannot step foot here. Yesterday, when there was some shoe that was hurled at the president, we've now learned that it was accidental. Well, some youth wanted to take some photos of the president. Now we were like, this is suicidal. If you do that with the president as a regime that is brutal, you can be dealt with. And you remember Mambo ni Matatu. If it had been found that shoes was held at the president intentionally, maybe one of those, and the one that would have been used. So if just telling a piece of shoes became, Kenyans were scared. What about telling youth that you should scare away the president with the whole security? So it has the people who are around the president have been calling upon the arrest of the deputy president, arrest of Rigathi Gachagua. But this has backfired. The question that I want us to try and interrogate, why hasn't Rigathi Gachagua been arraigned in court? He was apparently planning to take over Ruto's government when he's still alive. A coup through the Gen Zs. That is what they say. Now, he's now telling the president, do not set foot. My youth will chase you away. And they are unable to arrest Rigathi Gachagua. Why do you think it is becoming very difficult to arrest Rigathi Gachagua? I want us to look at that, because let me tell you, I know the government, they would have arrested Rigathi Gachagua. I know they have tried to intimidate him, sometimes going to interfere with his meetings, including the meeting of his wife. But arresting him has proved to be a daunting task. Why is it difficult? Number one, any attempt to arrest Rigathi Gachagua can lead to attracting ICC into the country. And I will explain to you why. If you arrest Rigathi Gachagua today, Mount Kenya is already volatile. They will revolt. They will rise up. You've seen how active they are now. And they have the backing of FREDRICK Matiani. They have the backing of Kalonzo Musyoka, the backing of the other leaders. Including, in fact, when William Ruto tried to divide Mount Kenya West from Mount Kenya East, he thought he would manage them, but it has backfired. So you arrest Rigathi Gachagua, the mountain revolts, and the country is already volatile, and people start singing Ruto must go, and there is the running battle with the police. And then, because FREDRICK Matiani is there, Kisii will rise. And then, before you know it, there is some storm in Machakos, in Nairobi. and it starts all over again. The last thing that William Ruto would want to witness is a situation, a country that is at war with itself. And then police will be killing people. And remember, the BBC expose is just, the dust has not settled. The United Nations Human Rights Commission was looking at how Kenya has been upholding the rights of human beings. The report has not come out yet. So if by any chance the police would continue the brutal force that they have been meting on wananchi, you know that will be very difficult for William Ruto. So they are afraid of that. In fact, this time round, William Ruto can leave alone the way he was saying that it was Rigathi Gachagua who had infiltrated Gen Z protest. This time round, Kenyans will rise up. He cannot do that. Remember, the Finance Bill 2025 is coming. And Gachagua is very, very clever politically. Right now, tension is building. It was the Finance Bill that led to the killing of Gen Zs. It is boiling. So you arrest Rigathi Gachagua and you connect it to the Finance Bill and all that, the country will be chaotic. And that can attract the attention of the ICC. So they cannot really arrest Rigathi Gachagua. Even the NIS, I know, has warned William Ruto not to do so. If he arrests Rigathi Gachagua, it will be seen as the last kick of a dying horse. Disparate attempts to silence dissenting views. That is what happened. Whenever people go to exercise their democratic rights, they are killed, they are butchered. And so people will look at William Ruto and say, instead of confronting your problems, you are now trying to silence views. The same way youths who went to the streets were silenced. So it will be seen as the last kick of a dying horse, a president that is dwindling his popularity, his image, and so he's trying so much hard using force to, like a drowning man would clutch at everything. So people will see him that way. It would also corroborate Rigathi's sentiments. Rigathi has always maintained that the reason why he was impeached is because he used to confront William Ruto even at cabinet meetings, and he would tell him, this is wrong. Stop demolishing people's houses. The housing levy is not really popular. And he says that maybe he was Saul and he became Paul when he realized that the government was in the wrong trajectory. So people will look at it and will say, yes, Rigathi was right, and that is why William Ruto is punishing him. It will be seen as a revenge mission. Then Rigathi Gachagua is now the center of opposition because they are now lining up. They are gathering in his home, and he's saying it from Wamunyoro that William Ruto, you are a one-term president. We are coming for you. It will be seen that William Ruto is on a revenge mission because Rigathi is planning to take him down. The real reason, because I personally believe that that is almost tantamount to threatening the president. But people will not see that. If William Ruto was very close to the wananchi, if he had not lost touch, you'd realize that people would be cautioning Rigathi Gachagua. In fact, by now they will be telling Rigathi that you are bitter because you were impeached. But now the ball is on Ruto's court. People don't think that Rigathi was wrong. What they know is that Rigathi was right because Rigathi is speaking the mind of the people. And it will backfire on William Samoei Ruto. And ladies and gentlemen, I personally believe that from where I am, William Ruto cannot arrest Rigathi Gachagua. Even his people who are supposed to be questioned, who were supposed to be arraigned in court, apparently because they had infiltrated Gen Z's protest, that case has died. Maybe it will be revived if by any chance William Ruto is re-elected. But for now, Rigathi Gachagua is a threat. Huyu ni moto wa kuotea mbali. Ukijaribu, umeakisha moto. I don't know what you think, but personally from where I sit, I think Rigathi cannot be arrested. Do you believe or do you think Rigathi can be arrested? And if he is arrested, what will be the implication? Please share with me on the comment section.